Well, hello everyone. I hope you guys are having a good day today. We are going to do something a little bit different for all of you. So this is your reading take two, okay? Your relationship reading take two. This is for you just if you want additional clarity, or if you have checked your sun, moon, rising, and Venus most recent reading and it just didn't resonate, okay? So here's what I want you to do. We're not going to go by zodiac signs, but I am going to timestamp these, okay? We're going to do 3 separate readings, 1, 2, and 3. Focus on this. You can certainly pick more than one number, okay? Focus on those 3 numbers, number 1, number 2, number 3, okay? Pick a number, and then we are going to read for you guys, okay? Now, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you will do so. And if you want to delve deeper into your individual situation in more detail, then certainly hit me up for a personal reading. I have revamped those, and you can see the updated information where we made those a little bit more attainable for you guys, and that is all in the description box below this video, okay? The likes and comments, y'all, mean the world. So with that being said, let's start with reading number 1. Reading number 1, here we go. We are talking about the person you are dealing with, okay? We are going to get a snapshot on their energy, your energy, and a probable outcome. Let's take a look, everyone. Let's take a look. Like I said, this is kind of something new that I just kind of came up with on my own, and you guys let me know what you think of this. Okay. All right. You may have been married to this person, all right? 10 of Cups in their energy, but you also have the King of Pentacles in the reverse and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, okay? Okay, so really, you know, some of these folks may have had some sort of addictive behavior, and that does not always indicate substance abuse, okay? Hear me out on this thing. Certainly can, you know, be somebody who was kind of addicted to people. In other words, looking for something in someone else that really only they can give to themselves, okay? Could be that, but addictive behavior, okay, that could be somebody addicted to video games, you know, you can be addicted to anything, okay? You can be addicted to TV, the news, you know, politics, whatever. But, you know, here again, you know, I think your person has a lot of emotion for you. Okay, with that 10 of Cups. And I think they kind of see you as the end-all, be-all. Okay, I really do. I really do. You know, but with the King of Pentacles, again, you know, a lack of discipline here. And I think this has to do with this addiction. I think for most of this, we're not talking substance abuse here. I think we're talking that they're out of balance. And, you know, maybe they're addicted to work. Okay, that's another possibility. Okay, you can be workaholic, whatever. But there's just a lack of discipline in order to, and a lot of self-doubt, okay, as far as, you know, really getting back balance in their life, okay? Is there emotion for you? Yes, there is, and it is strong. And they do, I think, have a, you know, an intention of this thing going forward, okay? Now, let's talk about your energy. All right, you got a lot of emotion for your person too. Ace of Cups here at the center, okay? I think you kind of have yourself in a pretty good frame of mind to a degree, okay? You're obviously here because you're concerned about something, and I think, you know, and these energies could go either way. Sometimes this is a perception of the other person, so just take what resonates there, but okay. Now, you have the 3 of Wands here, the card of self-healing. So I think you're working through something, or you're trying to sort something out in your mind. Okay, this card, though, it is the start of making progress and working through something, but it is slow. And it's the start of seeing some good results, okay? The person is patiently waiting for their ship to come in. And so oftentimes I do associate this card with patience, okay? And you have another card that says the same thing, okay? Knight of Pentacles, okay? Eventual positive outcome. I think you do feel like that this thing has a lot of potential, okay? I think you do. All right, now, you know, you've got to remain patient in this thing and continue to heal, okay? Now, let's go forward in this thing, okay? You know, this is probably going to be heavy on the advice, okay? And hear me out on this thing. All right, so far, by the way, we have earth, energy, water, fire, earth, water, fire, fire, and water again. See, you don't have any major arcanas. So I think this really is dealing with day-to-day life. This is not like major things. I mean, I think maybe what this probably may boil down to is that your person spends too much time, you know, watching TV or, you know, watching sports. I mean, I'm just throwing things out, whatever, okay? I think this is more of like just like day-to-day life. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. This is not something, for most of you, that is just huge, okay? So with that being said, let's talk about this thing going forward, okay? In the probable outcome, you have the Page of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Queen of Wands reversed, okay? Now, all right, so here's the thing. Here's what I'm getting from this, okay? The Five of Cups a lot of times deals with emotional upheaval. A lot of times it has to do with somebody who is just really not seeing the forest for the trees, okay? And I like to show this card when I'm explaining this card in this way, because this is what I see about this whole thing. All right, 3 cups spilled over in front of him, 2 beautiful, overflowing, glowing cups behind this person. And I'm not reading gender, so we may be talking male or female here. But somebody is really focused on the negatives and not seeing the positives, okay, in this situation, okay? There is no situation that's perfect, okay? Obviously, this is a general reading, but I really think whatever this thing is not... It's kind of like, is it really that big of a deal to you? And I can't tell you one way or the other, but I mean, I almost want to say to you or to your person, is it really worth, you know, all this anguish about this? That's kind of what I get. The Page of Wands is all about independent energy, okay? And, you know, not being so clingy and relying on other people to be with 24/7, okay? And I'm getting that too. Now, the Queen of Wands in the reverse, it is a controlling or hidden energy, or thought to be hidden, okay? So here's the thing. What I think is happening here, and I don't know who's doing this, but what I think is you've got one person who is highly independent and probably legit spending too much time on the job, or, you know, watching their sports, or playing golf, or, you know, out with the gang, out with, you know, girls' night or guys' night, whichever the case may be. And then you've got another person who is really probably to the other extreme, overly clingy. So you've got two issues here. You've got one that's overly not clingy, and, you know, one that is overly clingy. And so there's this big clash going on right here, and here it is. And that many times will cause a person to try to be controlling of a situation where they're like, you know, and I'm specifically more so talking about the clingier one of the two in this dynamic, okay? Where instead of saying, wait a minute, maybe I just need to take a step back, and maybe then, because, you know, when you take a step back, instead of chasing something, when you chase something, it's going to run from you, okay? When you chase someone's presence, it will run from you. That is law of attraction, okay? So, you know, it's almost like instead of taking a step back, this one that's overly clingy is wanting to clamp down harder, okay, and chase harder, which is going to make your person want to be, you know, doing their whatever even more. So I think both of you are, you know, I hate to use the word in the wrong, both of you have challenges to overcome, okay, in the situation. Now, if you're the clingy one, then what you can try to do is go inside and start working on you. This is not one of those that I think requires necessary, if you're the clingy one, this is not one that requires a heart-to-heart. What this requires is for you to take a step back, let go, trust the process, and over time, observe and see if the dynamic changes a little bit. Okay. Then after a period of time, and I'm talking like longer than a couple of days, longer than a week, maybe even a couple of months. Okay. And if this is worth it to you. Okay. And then if this person still in your mind is spending too much time on the golf green or whatever, I mean, you know what I'm saying, then maybe then it's time for a heart to heart and maybe kind of reassess the situation in your own mind. Now, if you're this person, if you're on the other side of this and you're not the clingy one, then if that's you and your other person is clingy, then yes, you need to have the heart to heart with your person who is overly clingy and it's driving you crazy. Okay. Because I do think there's emotion here on both sides. Okay. So I think probably both of you see this thing with a lot of potential and you want it to work out, obviously, or you wouldn't be here. Okay. So if it's not you that's clingy, if it's you that's like, you're smothering me. Okay. If that's how you feel, then it is time for a heart to heart. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. Okay. And, and then, maybe you explain what I just said. Okay. And maybe even let them watch this. Okay. Whatever. But, whoever's doing the clinginess, if they don't take a step back and let go and trust the process and just ease off and trust that there is emotion on both sides, that there is going to be a debacle, okay? And that's why we have the 5 of Cups and the probable outcome, okay? Because somebody needs to turn loose, okay? That's an old Southern saying, turn loose, okay? Let go. All right, this is good news. Emotion, independence, passion. I think there's a lot of passion in this dynamic. So I like this connection. Here are the challenges. Here's how I think you can fix it. And I hope that helps, okay? All right. So that is the overall reading for if you picked number 1. Kind of a different kind of reading, right? But that's the intent that we put in the cards today. So there you go. All right. Reading number 2. If you picked reading number 2, then this is for you. Reading number 2. Relationship reading. Take 2 for your current person. Take 2. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's dig a little deeper here. Let's dig a little deeper. Ooh, that one flew out. All right. We'll see how that goes and how that ties into everything. All right, we're getting their energy, your energy, and a probable outcome. Okay, kind of interesting, I do see obstacles, and I think I see possibilities. Let's dissect this thing a little bit, okay? Only one major arcana. So I think for the most part, the issues that you're dealing with are like your mundane day-to-day stuff. And I'm not making light of it at all. I'm just saying it's more 3D. And I don't know if you know what that means, but that's just like life. Okay, and we'll dissect this a little more and see if we can, sometimes when I dissect the cards, I get the picture clearer just by walking through it. So give me just a minute. But let's talk zodiac signs. Air energy, earth, water, earth, fire, and water. You got all the zodiacs represented. That being said, let's talk this thing through. Reading number 2, okay? All right, in your person's energy. And these energies can either be their energy or their perception of you. So take that in mind, and it can go like that, okay? So we're going to read their energy first and then yours. Okay, their energy, they're very, very overburdened about something. Really, really fearing abandonment and loss in the situation. Okay, 9 of Swords. We have the King of Swords in the reverse. Okay, sometimes that can speak to so many different things. But certainly immaturity and not using intuition, and really maybe a lot of self-doubt and neglecting themselves. Okay, and but so it can speak to compromised moral compass as well, okay? There are some obstacles here that somebody is really, really not stepping up to overcome with that Judgment in the reverse, okay? Not right now anyway. I think they're kind of really, these are sleepless nights over here, okay? That's what's going on. And again, that could be their perception of you or awareness that that's what you're dealing with. So this could go either way. All right, your energy. You have a lot of emotion for this person, obviously. Ace of Cups here, okay? 3 of Pentacles in the upright, but Ace of Pentacles in reverse, okay? So here's the thing. You have a lot of emotion. You're willing to come up to the plate and do some work to overcome some things, but you have your doubts about whether your person is, okay? With the Ace of Pentacles. You're not even sure there's an opportunity or an opportunity. You feel like there's probably opportunity, but it might not be slated for long-term success with that Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And you may be losing patience too, okay? That could certainly, anytime you have Pentacles in reverse like that, certainly it can speak to that, okay? And you're questioning, I think you're questioning this person's motives, okay? And here's the thing, one of the things we got with that King of Swords was compromised moral compass, and so maybe you're questioning why they're even with you if it's for a, viable reason versus ulterior motives. I don't think that they have bad motives. I think that you're questioning it. Okay, big difference. I don't think that at all based on the probable outcome. I think you yourself are questioning this whole thing. Yeah, okay, here's the picture. You're willing to put in the work, but yet you're questioning where they are in things, and they know it, and they're losing sleep over it. Now, that can go either way, but there we are. That is what's going on here. Told you, see, sometimes when I dissect the cards, then I get the story, and I can kind of pull the commonalities and get the storyline, So, but at any rate, okay, going forward is a pretty cool outcome, all right? So I think what happens is, as I said, you do have the willingness to put in the work. And I think your person really does too. Okay. Now, the Judgment in reverse, the Judgment card in the upright can speak to a renewal of a situation reversed. Okay, in your person's energy. So I think your person is kind of fearful that this thing is going to go by the wayside. And we talked about that with fear of abandonment with this Nine of Swords. That's why that Judgment is in reverse. It's not that your person is not willing to step up. It's that, for the most of you, it is that they're fearing that this thing is just going to go by the wayside. Okay? All right. But you are willing to do the work. I don't even think they realize it, but you're willing. You see possibilities here, and there's emotion on both sides, okay? Let's talk about this thing. Probable outcome, okay? 3 of Wands. It's a healing card. It's the card of doing the work, taking action, and making progress. It is about patience, okay? The ships do not come in overnight into the harbor. Okay, sometimes they're so far out on the horizon you might not see them, but that doesn't mean they're not there. We all know this, okay? A lot of emotion and maturity here. Let's talk about this thing. Knight of Pentacles, eventual positive outcome. Eventual, okay? It's going to take some time, okay, to work through these issues. And I don't know what the issues are. Okay, maybe somebody was dishonest with you. Maybe that's why I got the compromised morals or, whatever. Maybe they did something that you felt like was just not acceptable. Okay, maybe that's what happened here. I kind of see that as a possibility. Certainly when you have a high court card like the King of Swords in the reverse like that, it can speak to dishonesty. And we got, moral issues. So I think you're really questioning something. And I don't know what this thing was. I don't know if it was a huge thing. For the majority of you, it could have been something like cheating, but for the majority of you, I don't think that was it. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Because, again, you don't have a lot of major arcanas here. Okay, but the biggest thing here is their fear of losing you. That's huge. Okay, now, patience is required here. If you got, and look, outcomes are never set in stone. That's the whole point of tarot. But, if you both decide to step up and work through this thing, it is slated for an eventual positive outcome over time. Both of these cards speak to that, okay, of having a long-range vision and goal. But let me tell you what happens, and I saved the best card for last in this eventual outcome. This is the King of Cups, and I'm not reading gender right now. More often than not, I read energies when associated with these cards, and I am doing that here. This is a lot of maturity that comes, and a lot of emotion and silent strength with you and your person, okay? Almost like you grow into something. It's like you go from knight to king, okay? So pretty cool here. And, you know, you went from king reverse to king upright. So I like that too. So a lot of growth here. A lot of growth. And then here, starting to do some work. And again here, starting to do some work. Seeing progress here, okay? And here, okay? And, but anyway, the King of Cups is a very nurturing, loving energy, okay, back and forth, okay? And it really, you know, when I'm describing one, I'm describing another, because like attracts like, okay? So I do think you guys are going to come to the table, most of you, I mean, the cards say that, to work it out. Certainly energies can change, so you need to make sure you don't get complacent and you continue to work to take action to keep this thing headed in a really cool direction. So I like this reading for number 2. Kind of interesting. The readings in this are different. But, you know, that was the intention whenever I first decided to do this reading before I even jumped on here. But, okay. Next, reading number 3. If you picked the number 3, then this reading is for you. If you picked number 3, then this reading is for you. We're talking about your current person here. We're talking about your current person. All right, let's take a look. We're going to get a snapshot of their energy, your energy, and a probable outcome. All right, person number 3, reading number 3, their energy, your energy, and a probable outcome. All right. All right, so we have Aquarius, Libra, we have water, air, earth, we have Pisces energy, Cancer energy, whoa, okay. We have fire and water and fire again. So we have every zodiac sign here, the majors being Aquarius and Libra and Pisces and Cancer, okay. All right, now, I see a lot of obstacles with a lot of potential here. That's the short run. Let's dissect this thing, okay? Oftentimes, I get the story kind of after I get into dissecting the cards, but let's go to your energy first. All right, now, understand this. These energies can go reverse, and it can speak to me reading your energy or your perception or feelings about the other person, okay? So, with that being said, let's move along. All right, so there are things you just are not aware of, okay? The moon, all right? And a lot of uncertainty, a lot of fluctuating emotions in your head, or at least that's your thoughts, okay? As I get it, okay? The moon card, all right? 7 of Pentacles reversed, Knight of Swords reversed, okay? In your energy. You're losing patience with this thing, and you're kind of wondering if it's worth it. If this is really worth your time, or if this is a total waste of time, and you're wondering if this thing is going to go by the wayside regardless, okay? However, what's really interesting is I think most of you are just not speaking up about this thing. And maybe you're not, maybe you're at a place where, okay, I'm losing patience on this thing. I'm really wondering if it's worth it. But okay, I'm just going to sit back. I'm going to be quiet and kind of watch how things go. And just kind of biding my time just a little bit, because I'm not going to act on impulse on this thing. But I'm not going to say anything either. Okay, and I'm going to really wait this thing out, okay? And maybe you're even, maybe you're even kind of people-pleasing a little bit just to keep the peace. In other words, what I'm saying is you will say things, you won't fully speak your truth because you're trying to keep peace, okay? That could be the case too, all right? All right, so let's go to your person's energy. Queen of Cups reversed, Justice reversed, the Star reversed. They've really given up on things. Imbalance here. Codependency all day long with that Queen of Cups reversed, okay? So I get the whole people-pleasing thing. There is a codependent dynamic here, and I don't know to what degree, okay? There is a lot of codependency going on where people-pleasing, saying what somebody wants to hear and not speaking your full truth, and somebody or some bodies are so busy taking care of the other person and trying to make sure to keep the peace, or, you know, to make them happy, or, you know, when they're hard or whatever, that somebody or bodies is neglecting their own self. You know, not taking care of themselves, not doing the self-care, energy work, meditation, that sort of thing, okay? But somebody's really neglecting themselves. And because of that, there is a lack of balance overall, okay? I get that with the justice reversed, okay? And there is a thought in your person's energy, okay? Or they think that you think this, again, that things are just not fair, okay? All right, just not fair. For a small part of you, you are talking divorce, okay? That justice in the reverse, okay? For a small portion of you. All right, star reversed. Somebody or bodies have really feeling hopeless and kind of give up on the situation, okay? Kind of have given up, all right? That's what I get. I don't see what the issue is. I really, if I had to guess, and we may delve into this thing a little bit, yeah, I think I'm going to clarify just a little bit, if we can, on this thing. Because I like your probable outcome, I'm going to say that, but I kind of want to get us from point A to point C, if you will. I want to find point B in the middle of all this, and I'm just going to read till I am satisfied of getting a little bit more information for you guys, okay? That's how this works. That's why some readings just take longer. All right. Ooh, okay. I get it now. I get it. All right. There is probably, for many of you, talk of divorce, okay? This many times is like, can speak to compromised morals as well. Many of you are, in fact, dealing with deception and or heartbreak that may involve a third party. I'm glad I delved into this, okay? Glad I delved into this a little bit, okay? Some of you are dealing with a third party, but some of you are really broken up about this thing. There are a lot of thoughts about being single. That's why I said divorce. It's more of you than I thought that's talking divorce, okay? Because we got the Hierophant reverse, which is Taurus energy. You also got air energy, Earth, and Sagittarius, what we'll talk about. And again, a lot of feelings of giving up. A lot of feelings of giving up. Okay. Now, going forward, it takes a turn, which is kind of interesting. With all these cards, it takes a turn, which is kind of unexpected, but okay, we'll go with it because I like it, but let's talk about this thing. All right, and now I understand more about the cards and the probable outcome, and this does get me from point A to point C. Okay, Nine of Wands here. First, somebody goes to work on themselves, okay? And honestly, at first, there is a resistance to work through something, okay? At first. And very overburdened about something. But at the end of the day, somebody goes to work. All right, the reminder in this card is this. Understand that you do have what it takes to work through, regardless of what happens in this relationship dynamic, you do have the ability to come out okay. But I like this one next, the Eight of Wands, right? And the literal meaning of this card, and here are all the words, speedy action after delay. So it's going to feel stagnant for a period of time. And I don't know where you may be on this timeline, but you are going to have feelings of stagnation. You may even have blocked communication with this person or poor communication for a period of time. But something changes. Ooh, I dropped the Nine of Wands. Hold on. I need to get this. Okay. All right. Something, I think you just got a peek of my crazy shorts, but okay. Something changes when somebody goes to work here. And there is a period of time, and you may even separate or have separated from this person. But after a delay, and probably a lengthy one, and you feel like it's never going to take a turn for the better, out of nowhere, it's going to take you by surprise when you least expect it. It's going to be a sudden turn. It's not going to be like the turning of, a big fat ship. No, this is going to be like a speedboat, just fast. And you're not going to see it coming. It's going to catch you off guard and be, and there's going to be a lot of maturity that comes from this. Whoa. A lot of emotion, a lot of maturity, silent strength, a lot of emotion, and a lot of maturity. So this right here is a growth timeline that I see going forward, okay? Right now, I think for both of you, you feel pretty hopeless about this thing, okay? I really do. I get that. I don't know what happens, but the cards are saying that you guys are going to come come to start to work through things, work on yourself, go into solitude, work on things, and things turn around. Now, as with all the readings, things are never set in stone. It is up to you. This is the energy, where the current energies lend themselves to going forward, okay? So what that means is this. You can always affect energy, as can your person, either to go in the same direction or a different direction. So if you get complacent, you don't do your energy work, you can turn this into this and this into this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right? So you don't want to do that, okay? Don't get complacent, okay? Stay the course and, you know, turn these cards into these. Go inside and do your energy work. Both of these cards speak about having an optimistic outlook, okay? I think that's going to happen with this one, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed those readings. All three of them were really different, but that was the intent whenever I first started thinking about doing this reading, okay, when I was getting ready to do readings this morning. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel, like and comment. I love hearing from you guys, okay? Many blessings to all of my viewers.